go this way, up here. That should be for the offerings to the Doom slot. I should have the offerings to the Doom. Okay, by a little bit. Okay. Don't know how best on this one to start, but we do what we can do. Okay, should be the offering slot. Yep, it is. Oh, hello everyone. Sorry, didn't see y'all come in. I'm Magus1, and this is Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 Trials to Glory. What you saw there was me practicing the manipulation of the pack order, as it is a sequence and not random. And hopefully you'll be seeing me take advantage of that later on the speedrun. As you can see here, we are in the shop. This is the game that had the first actual shop where you could buy packs, at least with the actual regular TCG. You also see here the password system, and they do cost 1,000 DP per, so we have to be prepared for that one there, in order to be able for us to take advantage of that one. Hold on a minute. I know y'all can't see me, but I gotta pull up a photo for the passwords later on that I will be needing to enter in. Also, for those interested, I actually do have a very nice guide helping to explain a lot more of this stuff, as you can see here. Everything from what our opponents have, the good packs, their actual bandit restricted list, what our opponents will have, and what the game does to give them stuff. I'll try my best to explain everything in that one there, but I can't really give you any promises there. Anyway, let's go back into OBS and set this back and actually disable the preview because I don't want to take up system resources. And one of the things you will have to be aware of the speedrun is that we do take advantage of a lot of things, including the band list, which there are 4 of them, as you can see here. This week's list, just to show an example of that one there. And just for context, I am using a completed save file here just to help with explaining all this. As of course, it's hard to start this off in the beginning of the speedrun, as you can see now how only Regeki is limited and banned. But that's just some of the little small things on the speedrun. If you're wondering about our deck, we do take advantage of a lot of things. We try not to use the menu here for sorting and other stuff. And the type of gameplay that the speedrun goes for is more of a tempo-style game for those TCG players out there. Which means we're basically going to be trying to control the field, control what our opponents do, and generally take advantage of what is known about the game via AI manipulation and other stuff like that, so that way they will play horribly, we will play good, and, well, overall, it does, work out to be quite interesting. If anybody's interested, I'm using the Early Days collection, and I do have it edited button map-wise so that I do not have access to the rewind function, as is in there. I could use it in the speedrun, but it's banned, and I kind of want to showcase just how cool it is without it. I will use the save ability on occasion if needed, because we're going to be using the Japanese version, and that one's a little bit finicky on where it saves, so it's sort of a you win, win or go home, to give the old adage. But I guess that's the basics of the run. I'll try to speak through my thought process and everything else, as it is a bit of a puzzle RPG for some of the stuff. And don't mind me if you hear me coughing here or there, or need to get a drink. Don't have a little long crazy straw to be able to just suck, to get a drink without having to actually pick up a container. I've got like a nice little bit of a jug of iced tea, with some stuff in it. And sadly, I'm using my one microphone that is more of a shotgun mic, so it may pick up a few things here and there. But anyway, let's get started. I'll go for a new game. And I will say one of the nice things is the game does remember your settings, so that way you don't have to reset stuff like timing and everything else like that. The TCG itself is a combination of, I think, D&D and trading card game. but I'll try to talk about it later. But I got to be quiet for a little bit because I need to use that pack manipulation I talked about to try to get a card called Tribute to the Doomed. And so 3, 2, 1. As the beginning is more about setting up stuff for later on and trying to make sure that we have money for stuff to get what we want. We also pick up our structure deck, which is the Joey starter deck. Hey, let's see, did I get it? Nope. See, it takes me like 1 to 2 times, but it's a bit easier to do this as we really want the early game removal. And because we're essentially for the first 3 matches basically going to be playing with a very modified structure deck. Not the best. Also say hi to Yuzi Grandpa. 1, 2, 3. I need to listen closely. 3 should be it, hopefully. Yep, and I even got the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, which is something that we want for later on. As you can see, it's not that, much of a time loss to do that, and I will, worst case, have a file there. But for starters, we're going to wait a bit, and I completely forgot to tell you the category. This one, since it's going to be a short taste of the game, this is going to be for a Complete the Kaiba Cup, the second tournament. But you'll see here me passing time to be able to get to the third, well, the 4th list, which is the most restrictive, as it prevents us from having to deal with a lot of stuff early on, as well as sets up the ability to take advantage of getting rid of cards from our opponent's deck, as the game does build their own deck based off a core build, core list, and then adds cards to it, basically based off of what list they're on, and removes cards that way as well. So not only do we have to play around the ban list, so do our opponents. Now we're gonna go up here, pick up some equip packs, and then pick up some soldier packs. 3. Let's see, did I get it? Yes, I did. And now we'll reset out. The reason why we reset out on occasion is because that sequence, well, it resets the sequence. We don't really lose much time doing that, and in fact, during the first thing, it saves it from having to actually walk out. And we'll go here to favorites. This is not only to make it easier to find cards later on, but the game sort of, well, gives access to cards that are favorites more often if the shuffle algorithm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, let's see, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, just a fave. So we want to go over here, because I normally don't have Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Gotta remember to throw that in early. Then we want a favorite, Dark Hole, Fissure, Tribute to the Doomed, Legendary Board, Change of Heart. Quickly go down here, Reliable Guardian, we want that, we want Fairy Meteor Cross, and we want that plus Stem Pack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we want to put in the rest of the cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, oops. Want to give those there, so that way we have the ability to start temporing out our opponent. I had True Day, Block Attack, there's Whispered, 39, 40, and I'll throw in Invigoration just for all the Earth monsters. And just like that, we're ready for our first tournament and our first match. And like I said, I've got to grab a drink here quick. Sorry if I don't have my webcam on, I sort of look a mess, but it's what can I do? Match here. Luckily, we're going first. Running Man, Trap Hole, Reinforcements. So I want to set Reinforcements and Trap Hole here as to be able to play around some stuff. Mahaviola, White Magical Hat. Yeah, I'll set the White Magical Hat to take advantage of the fact that our opponent will always summon a monster most times and try to attack our monster if it's got lower attack or defense than what they would possibly have. This also takes advantage of the fact of letting us start to, well, let's say, manipulate their hand. As the game does like to, well, we could do information with cards that would let them see, that we could use to see their hand, but it's not as fast to do that. And the game does like to manipulate the top of its deck and what it gives our opponent to draw. So we're just going to take advantage of that. Did some quick damage here. And we're going to use reinforcements to help get rid of their monsters by adding an extra attack, because it says 1250 and sees 1000. We're going to just wait till they couldn't negate it, as thank you damage step math. Technically, only things that could increase or decrease the attack of a monster can be activated in the damage step. Now, cards like Seven Tools the Bandit, which would negate it, well, in the actual TCG, would be able to be negated, would be able to activate there, but in this game, the developers sort of decided no. So we're going to do that there. We're going to attack the Baja Violet, and we're going to use White Magical Hat here to metaphorically rip a card out of their hand. Basically, tear it up, just like Kaiba did to Yugi's grandpa's Blue Eyes White Dragon, because he didn't want anybody else to have one other than him. Like that there, okay. Them setting that says to me they don't have any other monsters that they could summon normally. And I know it's not spells because of the fact that they didn't use them automatically. And we want to quickly use this one, so that way we don't have to see the animation. And just like that, we are through. Now, one of the game's AI things are programmed to is use spells and traps as soon as they can. So we can take advantage of that one to help suss out what that might be. So we go to the next day, and here's our first match, which is random, but here's hoping we get a good opponent here. Ooh, Rex! Yes! Hello, Dino Boy! See, Rex has the least amount of good cards in his deck, so he ends up being one of the easiest early opponents you can get. Dimensional Misaki, D-Spell. Okay. Rex's highest attack that he could get normally is 1600. So we're going to set D-Spell, and this hand, I'm going to have to sacrifice a creature if I want to. Yeah, I'll throw out the Goblet Attack Force, and here's hoping he will not get one of the 3 effect monsters they give all of our opponents based on what cards we have in our deck. Okay, Armored Lizard will be that one. We'll attack Armored Lizard, then use Goblin Attack Force to deal some damage in there. Is this a Penguin Soldier? No. Good. Good. Essentially, our opponent can have either Penguin Soldier, Hane / Hane, or Maneater Bug, which the game gives them naturally as long as we have 6 or more level 1500 attack or higher level 1 to 4 monsters in our deck. We have more than that. They give more if you have 1500, sorry, if you have 11 or more. And I'd have to pull up my guide again to give you all the list of that one, but essentially we want to keep it for some opponents at 10 so we can eliminate certain cards from their deck. And I will be showcasing that off during our first match in the KC Cup. Ironically, we do what we can do. Thank Generic Mad Scientist for getting us the data on just how the game builds decks, stuff like that, but for a lot of the other stuff, I've had to just experiment out and find a lot of it. Stem Pack, yep, I want Stem Pack on my big creature here. Give 700 attack, though it lose it at the end of each turn. Okay, we'll throw out Dimensional Warrior, that will cover the next attack. And that's going to be because Dimensional Warrior's effect basically says when it attacks a monster after battle, it will remove that monster from the game along with itself, which, if you can imagine, acts very nicely as removal. So, as long as our opponent doesn't set a monster, and they should hopefully not, we will be able to finish next turn, at least the very first game. Now, this game does have side decks for our matches, but we're not going to use that. And, favoriting cards, like I said, is useful early on just because, well, let's just manipulate things. If you noticed, I got a hand that just gave me a lot more of what I wanted. It's not a guarantee, and there's some formula to that one that's unknown, but through just lots and lots of experience playing this game, you sort of get a sense of what it will give you and how it will give you, and it seems to be that the game does, well, give more benefits to the player overall. So let's draw for turn, dispel, tribute to the doomed, okay, trap hole there. Now to bait out the best options, we're going to throw down the 7-colored fish, as that trap hole will let us get rid of whatever monster they summon. Just like that. They see that they can deal damage over our monster with piercing, which trample in for you Magic the Gathering players. So we're going to throw out Dispel, test to see what it is, as it will let us see it face down. Magic Hammer. Just like I said earlier, the game will automatically use spells and traps as soon as they can, even if it would not do anything. Goblin Attack Force, yeah, Goblin Attack Force, that I'll lead into Tribute to the Doomed for the follow-up to get rid of their face down. Cost of a discard, but it does the job. 57. Sorry, also a little bit cold, but having to wear a jacket. And allergies, of course, but since that goes into defense, we'll summon it out, definitely. And attack, 1800. Okay, we tie on that. Tribute to the doomed. Okay, don't have enough to quite end this turn. And turtle. Okay, we're first going to use that there. And, to go for the damage or not? Yeah, I'm just going to play it quickly. Conservative here, and by throwing out Penguin Soldier, its effect, which will, on flip summon or being flipped face up, will let me return up to 2 monsters to our hand either player. So, although I could deal more damage, with the quick math I would not have been able to win, so it's best to just have our opponent summon something or set, and then be able to take advantage of that one to win on the following turn. And we'll return that to hand. We want to press B here so we don't accidentally return our monster. Monster Reborn, we'll summon out Goblin Attack Force, not the best here. But we do what we can do. Okay, White Magical Hat. Okay, I'll sacrifice the White Magical Hat. Well, summon it out, it'll be sacrificed, it'll go to defense. And, although the top deck's about to reborn, we do what we can do. So that there, Goblin Attack Force is the defense. We can deal 50 with our next. The Goblin Attack Force not being able to be shifted back into attack until next turn means we've got Blaze. Okay, Havilo equipped, please. Spear of the Harp. Yes, throw up that Spear of the Harp. As much as I want to get rid of the 1500 attack monster, also gotta remember to not mass this quick, because the game does have a bit of a timing on that one there. So get rid of that, so that way Spear of the Harp can be a follow-up. And hopefully no tribute summon, no tribute summon, no tribute summon. Yeah, well, it was a gamble. Luckily, we aren't really priced in to this duel yet. By price, I mean into a point where where this will affect things. Good enough. Essentially, since it is best of 3, one of the options is always to, well, strategically take a loss. So we'll go here, and then our Spirit of the Harp will allow us to set up for the next turn. Okay, setting defensively, that's possibly a flip effect, possibly not. We'll summon here. If it is a flip effect, we will take some damage, but I want to attack in a certain order, so that way, if it is, I can take advantage of the way the game targets. With flip effects, if it's Man-Eater Bug or Hane Hane, it will target whatever monsters haven't attacked. It almost never targets the monster that did attack unless it was, well, face up. Well, sorry, it won't target it unless it can either attack again, or is the last monster to attack, or is a monster that or there is a monster that is face down. Okay, this won't exactly be lethal. but it is the fastest play to do. So we'll attack here, deal some damage here, deal the 800 there, set the reinforcements, hopefully draw that into attack position. So now we're going to go to main phase 2. See, like I said, this is all about just puzzling out a solution. Okay, 1100, that's good enough. Got lots of years of experience with the TCG and trading card games as a whole, so we really want to use this now, because 8 plus 5, 13, so we go like that, and now we're just going to quickly mash best we can. That's the R button, which, I hate to say it, but it's useful for drawing cards, but that's it. Haven't really needed to showcase the timing window yet, in that we are on the manual timing, meaning we get to choose when we want stuff like that. Also, don't mind me, just have to quickly mash A and B, so I can speed up the text match of the rewards, like, oh hey, it's game 2, you won game 1. You know, the you win! That could be there. And so now we're going on to the second tournament, as we have to win 7 of these, at least going by the old Pojo information. Pojo being one of the sites that was really used a lot when this game came out, and for a long time for a lot of old trading card games like that. So we want to enter the next tournament, go to the house, go to the next day. Now we need to update our deck. We need to update our deck, and oops, I forgot my deck. But it's alright, we have some money to spend. Also say hi to Mokoba, Sedokaiba's little brother. Tweet, tweet, tweet! Tweet, tweet, tweet! Essentially, his design for that is based off his Battle City appearance. So we're gonna go like this, this. We're gonna keep going. Thursday, Friday. We gotta, you know, enter our next tournament. I'm not worried just yet. I can get back to that one. We only lost a tiny bit of time for that mistake there. So we're gonna go in, go here, and let's remember this time to choose our deck again. So now we should be good. We should be good. I mean, we're on list 2 and oh crap, you can't see me face pop. The fact of just that I forgot to do that again. But it happens, so that's there. Also, if you're wondering how I am tracking my lists, it's thanks to Sangin. If it is blue, that means it is limited. If it is green, that means it's semi-limited. And if it is just normal white text, then that means it is unlimited. Because it's never banned, it's a lot easier to remember, and it's our 4th, okay. Oh crap, I mashed B too fast. Forgot to change and left the house. Oh crap, looks like we're gonna have to reset. Because running low on money, and like I said, we need to win 7 times. And, well, I mean, also know that you only need to lock certain characters like Sedokaiba, Weevil Underwood, Mako Tsunami, and My Valentine. At least that's what people thought for the longest time after the whole Pojo stuff. But if you haven't been able to tell with the tone of voice yet, I've been leading you on a journey, y'all. We actually don't need to do all that. We just need to enter and win one of the tournaments and then play in 3 of them. So if we enter into 3 of them and just immediately default to lose, then, well, we can essentially skip everything. This is 7. I'll double check the list quick. It should be on list 3. Sunday, Monday. Also, the list changes every Monday. Yep, Sangin is unlimited. So, the only list where it's unlimited is this. And just like that, we should be starting the KC Cup in about now. So we've just entered the KC Cup. Now we're going to go back to the house. We're going to do this here. Now we're going to do this. We're going to copy this deck to slot 2. I'm going to go down, equip it quickly. Quickly double check my number count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, good enough there. So we need to swap over to favorites. Take out Monster Reborn, put Pro and Change of Heart. And now we'll enter in our first thing for that one. It's, ironically, is Rex. And now, I haven't really explained what that means. Well, in the short terms, the game gives you X number of cards, you know, as I showed all that one, you know, quickly in our guide, gives you certain cards based off of our stuff. Well, some of them are like Mirror Force, Shades of Heart, a lot of other little things. General Rest, Harvey's brother, Mahavilo. Okay, I'm gonna just lead out that there. End the turn, and he'll set a monster. If they were going first, they would always set a monster on that one there. Okay, Change of Heart, good enough. Summon that there. Okay, actually thinking about it, I wish I had set up Just Desserts, but we'll take a little bit of damage here, but that's positive overall. But anyway, essentially gives them cards like Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force, let's see, Dark Hole, and a bunch of other little things. So let's see here. I want to test that, but how? Okay, so I'll go 7-colored Fist. Okay, that gets around the trap hole. So we're going to attack here, deal a little bit of damage, but that means I get to save my equip spell, either use with Eternal Rest to make to basically build my own removal, or to essentially use it on Mahavilo and use its effect to gain an extra 500 attack points. Let's go Bewitchment plus that. Yes. Mahavilo is the play here. I'll quickly flip up Just Desserts to deal 500 of damage. Let's go Bewitchment, although it doesn't give any bonuses. The fact that it is still an equipped card means it will trigger Mahavilo's effect. And we'll equip Very Meter Cost, so that way it can deal damage through defense. Now, let's see here. Flip effect, please. Good. See, I'm always worried about the flip effects, as I can't really tell what they are, and so have to play around the possibilities of that one, and remember what stuff, you know, on that one. Didn't too much on that one, but as far as other cards that we are basically getting rid of just by setting up the deck like this, well, there's a lot of them. For example, Air Force, Torrential Tribute, Dark Hole. God, I'd have to pull up my notes. I don't feel like it, but basically those cards alone really do affect what we'd have to deal with. So, just by, you know, cutting our 1500 attack or higher monsters to 10, we basically prevent our opponents from having access to all of them. No, we don't need to worry there. Let's see, 28, okay, 14. No, we don't need to chain it. We don't have any spells in the graveyard, sadly. So, no, it's not Trap Hole, so let's set that there. Just to be on the safe side, we'll attack here. Then deal the 18. Is that enough? I think it's enough. No, we don't need to use our other stuff. Yep, just enough. Just like that, we've got our first win in the KC Cup. But, of course, go best of 3. Going second, that's great for us. Great, great, and great. Okay, shuffle. The Vegetable Warrior, Gearfried. Gearfried we can't equip to. 7 tools we do want. Penguin Soldier is good. We want to set 7 tools so we can negate a trap. Rush, Gearfried. What about Gearfried? As its 1600 defense will tie any base monster, not counting any of the monsters our opponent gives. The game gives our opponent, you know, when it comes to deck building, which is, there's a huge formula for it. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it's useful. I'm not going to bore you all with that one. We're going to summon Fiend Sword. Nuzzler, Eternal Rest. Yeah, I'll hold on to Nuzzler. Hopefully our opponent will attack our monster next turn. Keep up the pattern. We could equip the Malevolent Nuzzler to the Fiend Sword, but since without any help from the game as far as finishing off their deck list to get up to 40, they wouldn't have anything that is higher than 1600 without having to tribute summon. So go like that there. Let's see. 64 plus that. That. Block attack. Liquid Soldier, Dimensional Warrior. Yeah, I'll throw out Dimensional Warrior. Yeah. I'll do this, then this. Equip to that. One nice thing about Malevolent Muster is not only does it give 1700 attack points, not 1700, 700 attack points, but also you can pay 500 life points once it's destroyed to put it back on the top of your deck. Or stack the deck with the card we know. So go like that there. Go here. Sorry, y'all. Listening to some music help calm the nerves. Rex. Not as arrogant, and you're not... This is not regionals. So, unlike the show, you're not facing Weevil. Okay? Good for us. Good for us. 1200 Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon! We do have access to Time Wizard, but we don't have a polymerization to essentially go with 1000 Dragon. And also with that Blue Eyes ultimate in the deck. We'll be able to take advantage of one of the alternative strategies, which is to give ourselves the ace card for our deck later on, Cyberstein, which lets us pay 500 life points to essentially deal enough damage to one-shot our opponents. And give me a second, chat. Okay, it's just one of the view. It's just one of those random bots. Not gonna kick it because I actually do want the extra viewer, and I'm not paying for it. So if they're trying to, hey, convince someone to do it, like, I'm not going to, but I'll take the free view. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But just like that, we have beaten Rex. We got our first little bit of money, and doing all right. So go like this, go like this. The reason why I copied the deck earlier on is to make it quicker for deck editing, so I don't have to change anything. And just like that, use the select button to quickly swap to the other deck, which has got Mirror Form. This has already got Monster Reborn in there and Change of Heart not in there. And so let's go Weevil. Weevil Underwood. Sadly, we don't have Exodia free to throw overboard Weevil. And I know you love insects, but sorry, no Insect Queen. And I don't even think Perfect Ultimate Great Moth either. But the one problem with Weevil is he has 12 flip effect monsters. 6 of them that will destroy our stuff, 6 of them that will return monsters to the hand, and then essentially okay, I'll throw that there. Got the rest. Keep tripping to the zoomed head. Basically 3 meter bugs, 3 Hane, 3 oh good. Okay, Jirai Kumo. Not open, but can we use the good. The game does tend to let us have the opportunity to with that flip more than it loses. You know, come out to our advantage. 7 tools, so let's see here. Rest, tribute to the doomed. I will sacrifice this. Use offerings. Use tribute to the doomed next turn to play around a possible copy of a Magic Jammer, and we'll also see a flip. Okay. Game gave it to them, but it's good enough for us. Because just with the faith, getting that back is going to be great. Dryad. Now I'm going to faith. Okay, we're going to use this here. I'm going to discard Dryad. I'm going to get rid of there. Just like I said, I could just sniff it out. Oops. Well. Sometimes you mash too quickly, and that means I'm going to set this to faith. It's no big deal. But okay. 1450. I'll still pick up the other card. With that one there. I'll take 2200. We will be getting back that one card. So we do want Tribute to the Doomed. You have to discard again, but it depends on that one there. Do we? Good. It sets to 2000. If you notice he hasn't flipped the monster, that tells us what it isn't. It tells us it isn't a monster with a good attack stat. It is most likely a flip effect. We're going to do that there. We're going to summon out Darkfire Soldier. We're going to attack, and essentially he'll most likely set another monster, so we're gonna have to come up with a way to get the last little bit of damage in there. A Just Desserts will do it. We just have to wait for him to summon more. Or, okay, tributes. Okay, it's still gonna be a pain, but block attacks not gonna help. Not gonna help. Let's see. Sometimes you just gotta wait it out. Spear of the Heart. Okay, we'll have to play defensively here. We may lose, but we have options to Raigumo again. So 1700. Look, lose please. Correct. This weak Force of Monster Reborn does help when we would take back another thing, and our opponent never tries to trade, aka attack with the same monster if they have the same attack. Penguin Soldier. That'll do it. That'll do. That'll do. This is one of the reasons why I favorite the card, to hopefully see it more often. Okay, sets. Attacking with those first. Okay. Flips. False. He'll go down half his life points. 875. Okay, so we do want this. We do want to return both monsters to hand. We'll deal with face down, whatever it is. Now, knowing that, I know two of the cards in his hand. Invigoration. Okay. So I can use Invigoration plus Eternal Rest to get rid of a Jiraigumo summon. Not that I want to, but you do what you can do. False, okay. 438. Low on life points, but force that out. Fairy meter. Okay, that is game. Actually, I quickly want to exit out as fast as I can. You know, as fast as I can. I can tell with that I don't have enough to Eternal Rest it. He can tribute summon his face down monsters for the 2200 Empress Mantis, and I can't do anything about it. Trunade, Stem Pack, okay, Armored Lizard, Stem Pack is that, 22, it'll tie there, but he'll also summon things most likely. Okay, I'll throw out Misaki, lead into anything else like that. Quickly set Giant Trunade just in case as a bluff. And also to possibly trigger a Maxi Jammer next turn. Okay, 16. Okay, I could have put that there, but 18, but then he would have set that or a flip effect, which I was hoping to not have. Okay, so let's draw for turn. Let's lead Trunade to see if it's a Magic Jammer. Yep. Now I want to quickly see what that was. Needleworm, okay. So, Penguin Soldier. Okay, we want that there. I want to attack here. Waiting if I want to hold on to Stem Pack or not. Me for not doing math. Thought it was higher, my bad. Oh, Penguin Soldier still does the job. We're not losing. But sometimes you gotta remember to do the quick maths. But then Twitch math. Let's just say I want to keep it exciting. Draw for turn, Fairy Meteor Crush, Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon plus that'll do it. Yeah, that'll work. So just that's 19. You don't want to use the Fairy Meteor Crush just yet. Now out of those, which has got a lower defense, 15, 12, we'll go like that there. He doesn't have anything that can really negate that present, as no Regeki this week. So there's that. Okay, sets, good for us. Draw for turn. Okay, Trap Hole. So we want a Trap Hole here. Set Penguin Soldier. Activate Fairy Meteor Crush. Good there. We'll deal a bit of extra damage here over the Reignition Power. I'll use the Penguin Soldier to return whatever monsters he gives. The one drawback about Step Pack is you do lose some attack during your standby phase, but it still does help overall too. So face down. Okay, Call the Haunted. Disempowered. Okay. Draw. Island Turtle. Okay, so 15. That there. Faith is going to help us. We want to return. Yes. We want to return to hand this and this. As I know that there is no torrential tribute this week, we're going to set Island Turtle. Because most likely the Penguin Soldier will be the next target. for them. He has an indication. So we're gonna attack here. Trap hole is follow-up. Hope that it is not a 7 tools dependent. And even if it is, it's going to give us a... It's going to force him to pay 1,000. Okay, Impachi. Instead of that one there. Okay. 7 tools. Called it correctly. 1,600. We're not... Safe there. Take some damage. It's wasted the giant tree, but it's not going to hurt us as much. Okay, draw for turn. Sanguine. Sanguine Surge or Faith? Okay. Okay, quickly do this. Attack here. I'm going to lose a bit of damage, but it's going to help overall. It's going to help overall. Then I am going to main 2. Set Faith there, because I can get back the 1 card during my next turn. Which I did not do that one, but that's good enough. Okay, attacking there, he'll take 1,000, which is great for us. Okay, take 1,000, Weevil. Okay, we'll lose that there. Okay, with a Sanguine in hand. Sanguine already on that one. I do want the stem pack back so I can actually keep attacking. I want to keep up some pressure here. Draw for turn. Dryad over Sang. Yes, Dryad here. Whip stem pack to it, which will be 1,900 again. Change to attack position. Not what I'm hoping for, because he'll get a effect most likely if I attack with Sanguine. But I also want to keep him off of some stuff, and it's most likely going to be more effective. Okay, Sanguine, you're getting... Did I just see that? I thought I said, oh, let's say Gemini off, but no, I don't think that was it. No, reaction powered. Okay, good enough without their attacks Dryad. I have Sanguine. I can use it defensively. 17, I can deal with that there. 2150, Goblin Attack Force. 7 tools. Wish I had that earlier, but... Brought Sanguine. Yeah, we'll deal with damage. We'll get a search off of Sanguine, 1,500 attack or less. And then we'll take advantage of that. 100 there. Okay, one attack there. 7 tools won't help us, but... It's good enough. Sanguine, we wasted Penguin Soldier. We have options, 1,500 attack or less. Okay. Giant Fleet. Okay. That's good enough. That is good enough. Take 500. We'll draw. Okay, 1,500 Dimensional Warrior, Spirit of the Harp. Let's take Dimensional Warrior. We'll deal a little bit of damage. Okay, Castle Wall does not matter. Dimensional Warrior will, basically, we'll take a tiny bit of damage, but we'll get rid of the monster, and then we'll deal lethal. Quickly double check there, the math. Slower, but you do what you can do. After all, this is all about figuring out the puzzle for how to win. And sadly, we gotta go to a game 3. I need a drink again. Ah. You get what you can get when you have to buy, you know, to eat from the grocery store. But, at least it was on sale for $2.50 versus what it could have been. Okay. Put that down, Castle Wall. Okay, Harpy's brother. Oh, let's set 7 tools. Set that there, set that there. Yeah. Okay, yes. I want to throw out that there. And, okay, 15. Yeah, I'll throw out Malevolent Nuzzle on that one there. Bait out any sets. Leave the Scroll for Richmond in hand for now. Because I do want to actually get some stuff. Okay, Source of Weaving Light. Nope, I don't want to waste that. I'll have to chew through some stuff. Block attack. Okay. Hobby's brother. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is wait on this one. Try to keep enough stuff and hope to draw to a Penguin Soldier to return whatever he summons. Okay, so high-level monsters. Okay, go out reinforcements. Or it's a 4-star Ladybug of Doom, but that's not going to affect us as much. Okay, sets another. Okay, All-Seeing. I'll throw that out then. level 3, so that's good for me out there. I'm going to also trigger, hopefully, a... yep, 7 tools, so deals that there. No, don't need to do anything else, and I don't want to negate that. That is purely being used to negate a, to basically deal 1,000 quickly. Okay, finally gets that there. Summons that out. Sometimes it compares defense instead of attack. Block attacks, go over to Witsmith. So, I want to finally use that Scroll of Bewitchment on Mahavilo. That there. No, don't need to chain. I want to attack here. Get some damage in. Attack there. No, I don't want to increase the attack just yet. And because of what that could be, I'll gamble for it. I'll probably use the Mahavilo. Hopefully it's not. Good, it's Jirai Gumo. I got very lucky on that one there. As sometimes it will set powerful creatures, especially if our monster is higher, and sometimes it will also be a other monster, like, you know, the monsters that I'm worried about, but having a 1300 attack monster means it'll summon something like that, and now we can just win this turn. Since they game is programmed so that they cannot negate certain things, as long as we choose this properly. Move it over, 500 to there. It's Mahavilo. Okay, Reborn, it'll be Gumo. Okay, still enough to win. Draw for turn. Have an attack force. I'll just summon this out just to be on the safe side, because I don't want to do the quick maths. Yeah, just do that there. Ooh, that was actually lethal on that one there, so could have just... yeah, do that there. 22, 23, good enough. So there we go. Now I need to pause the music I'm listening to calm down for a second, so I can listen to the beat and the music. I could try to actually get that quick play pack like I was showing at the beginning. Sometimes it'll be lower, but here's hoping it's not. We need to go on Wednesday, because that's when the store restocks, as it's closed Tuesday. Here, Wednesday here, over here. You listen closely. Avoid Bakura. We need to pick up our structure deck, because we now finally have enough money for it. Okay, should be there. Ah, got the reload pack though, so that's good enough. And Rush Recklessly's. Not the exact pack I was looking for, but it's very forgiving for the pattern. So we want to go here again, go over the new cards, start Graceful Dices, Rush Recklessly's, and the reload. Now we want to go over here and finally upgrade our deck. 2 Goblin Attack Forces, 2 Summon Twits, 2 Brothers. We want to throw in as many of the higher attack monsters as we can. I'll leave that in there. I'll pick that out, throw in second Island Turtle. No White Magical Hunt. Yes, that there. No there. Yes, there. No there. Yes, there. Big Races will keep. We'll take that out. We'll keep those 2-2. That out. That in. No Dispel. Keep the Reborn. We'll keep that there. I'll keep the Wabiluku. That out. That out. That out. Don't need that there. Reload. Which we can go out. Now we want to throw in the favorites of Dark Hole as well. So we're good all of that around. We want to now copy this to slot 2 and use it like this. Now we're going to do a neat trick here and go over here to the status. Dash A. Edit the deck. Make sure everything's correct. See, we can quickly check the list that way and make it a lot faster. We're picking to use slot 2 instead of slot 1 to make it easier so that the first deck can act as a sort of template, so that way we can just copy and paste it, make the other decks quickly for when we need to do major adjustments, and then use the list to help with that one. Okay, reinforcements. Make whose highest attack. Normal summon is 2 copies of Granite Door, if I recall. Anyway, we're going to set that there. 7 Colored Fist is his second highest. He has 6 copies of 1800 attack monsters, but we want to play it like this, so hopefully we'll draw out that one. Okay, that's not good. Okay, 2350, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. Okay, so I'm going to have to hold off on that reinforcements now, or hopefully draw an equip card for Mahavilo. Luckily, that Monster Reborn. Okay, let me double check. What was his discard? Okay, that's good enough. Sometimes you do want to check the graveyard when he discards and you draw Monster Reborn to be able to do things like this. So we want to take that there, use it to help get rid of his monster. No. Sometimes you also got to remember to not mass as quickly. Okay, Fiend Sword, 7-colored fish. Yeah, Fiend Sword is the summon there. This way, if he has an 1800 attack monster or Grenadora, he'll attack into the Fiend Sword. Although we're giving up a tiny bit of damage, it's easier to set up the play to get advantage for next turn via controlling the field. Nice, did not exist. Okay, no back row, none of that. Torrential Tribute is in the format for this week, so we'll go like that. Actually, second thought, I do want to Trunade first. Force up the extra damage here. Okay, Mahavilo. Yes, Mahavilo. Let me do quick math. Yes, I think the Graceful Dice might be enough for high roll, too. Not as high as I'd like it, but you gamble with that. Because if it was a 5 or 6, that's an extra 1500 to 1800 damage, which would be great. But with that reinforcement set, and him not setting anything on that one there, tells me I have a shot at basically just pushing through damage. Legendary Ocean, thank you, Mako. Again, our opponent using spells as soon as they get access to it. That does mean that our opponents will waste field spells if they draw them, or 2 copies of Swords of Revealing Light, and play Swords then Swords, or if he had a second Legendary Ocean, he would have used a second Legendary Ocean. In this world, and we're getting lucky if our opponent's letting us go first a lot more. Karate Man, okay, Island Turtle. That was Graceful Dice too. So mathematically speaking, it's good for us here. Karate Man, Zambira, 7-colored fish. Yeah, Karate Man plus the equip on that one there to draw out something, because with that Graceful Dice, we have basically a 5 out of 6 chance of tying any 1800 attack monster. Well, any of it will automatically tie it. 5 out of 6 chances of surviving, and then a essentially, as long as I don't roll a 1, my creature's surviving and it's getting rid of his monster. With a run, they would still take each other out. Okay, just like that, we'll take advantage of that there. Penguin Soldier. I'll throw out the defense just to play around a copy of a set of defense to play around a Torrential Tribute, which Mako does naturally have 3, but since it's limited, this week the game cuts it down to 2. Well, to 1. So 15-15 tie. That can't attack directly, although it would be able to if Umi Legend Ocean / Made of the Aqua was face up. Play like that there. Okay, reload. Yes, we're going to use reload here to shuffle our hand back to the deck and see if I can get more stuff. Fissure, okay. Since they didn't know anything on that one there, I know that that is not going to be a spell or isn't going to be a trap hole. It isn't going to be a, I shouldn't say trap hole, but a magic jammer. So we're going to use this here to deal some more damage. 48. Hopefully that, most likely, being able to keep our monster in attack position will get him to trigger out any of his monsters to attack there, and we can use, okay, card destruction. It's good for us. Trunade, Tribute to the Doomed. Okay, 18. Yeah. Okay, if we draw a monster, we can gamble on it. I know what his back row is not, so... Okay. Fear Free, Trunade, Tribute to the Doomed. Okay, so we can get that back. That's not going to... Actually, yeah, I'll do that there. Okay. 19 plus that plus that. Okay, Gearfried will do that there. Yeah, could have done that there, but... okay... Yeah, throw out Gearfried here. Yeah, I'll deal the damage here. He'll attack Karate Man next turn. I can use that... Actually, yeah, I'll trade here. Do the 17. Tribute to the Doomed next turn. Should cover it, hopefully, on that one there. Not the most elegant solution. But... hopefully, since I've seen a bunch of his 1800s. Okay, that's good for us. Okay, 7-colored fish. Okay, we'll tribute to the Doomed here. Yes, discard. But since I know what it's not been lately, we'll just do that there. I'll activate its effect, giving it an extra 1,000 attack points. It will destroy the monster, but we're winning this turn, so it doesn't matter. And we also got to play around a torrential tribute. Okay, so that's good there. Mash, 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 mash. And so we're just like that through 3 of the KC Cup matches. Or there's Mai, who's using her Harpy Lady deck. Or to quote the amazing Yu-Gi-Oh! Brits, the Harpy Lady deck. I'm sorry, I can't help it if Little Korean made that joke ages back. It's still, in my opinion, quite funny. So we're now going to double check the deck quick. We're going to go in here. We're going to actually go here. Remove our cards. As I said, it's quick and easy, and I don't have to do some editing. So go like all that there. Now we're going on to Mai. Gonna mash, 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 mash again. And now, since this is just through the KC Cup, I don't have to be as perfect when it comes to the next shop visit. 7 colored. Okay, we're going first to Vegetable Warrior. Our highest normal summon is at 1800, but she also has equips, so do I want to play around it? Yeah, I'll play it like this. She does have Harpy's Feather Duster. This is the only week that it is legal, so we'll do that. She'll set a monster. Okay, that could be a negate attack. Malevolent Muzzle's good too. As is that, so we'll save our creatures here. Save here. In this instance, I don't mind if it's a Man-Eater Bug or Hane Hane, as I still have an 1800 attack creature. I don't need to increase the attack. And like I said, it will choose to prioritize the other monster. No, we don't need to do that. She's still going to set. We want to test out... Also being able to summon that means I know what it is in Card Destruction. Ew. Not good. Not bad. Tribute. Okay, we... got into Tribute to the Doomed, but she drew into a lot more traps. Okay, so I want to summon Sagan out, play around a possible trap hole. Okay, torrential Tribute. Like I said, she does have that. At least I know that it wasn't a flip effect. Now, yeah, I'll take the Penguin Soldier as the follow-up, as it's going to help get rid of whatever follow-up monsters she has. Or she'll just draw some of her monsters that she can't summon, and we can just, you know, breathe a sigh of relief. Now, most likely this will be a negate attack. Okay, place around that option. I had to test it there, so that means it's either a spell, it's either Magic Jam or 7 Tools of the Bandit. Okay, Graceful Dice. We do want to set that, though. Okay, so I know what it is not. So Fiend Sword is probably the best option here. And since I can activate both of those in the damage step, I'm going to save those. Okay, that's good. Don't need to pump. You know, power up, I should say. But look, I've played a lot of trading card games over the years, with Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh! And I've tried, and a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of Vanguard. So I do have a small deck down there. It really never made it that much, but you get what I mean. So that there. We want to use that there. 40, 10, 20, 30, 8, 8, 36. Yeah, it should be game here. So we're going to attack here. Now, the game does like to act up a little bit with what we can and can't do and when we can use stuff. So 18 and 18 is 36. Yep, we have enough here to finish off. And we'll get through there. See, there's a lot of little subtle details in this early part of the speedrun. Smash, 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 smash. To skip through that one there. You could use A or B, and game making it literally hard for me to explain things to the nice viewers here. You really are. Okay, draw for turn, Nuzzler, Armored Lizard, Karate Man. I kind of want to lead Armored Lizard here to hopefully draw out a monster and then follow up with something like Zabira in the Dark, maybe. Okay, no monsters there. Ring of Destruction, though. She does have it. So we'll take that there. Swap back over to the deck. Penguin Soldier. Yeah, Mahavilo plus this, plus this. Plus the follow-up of Penguin Soldier will deal a lot of damage. As Penguin Soldier plus that, plus that. Yes, that's the follow-up I want, since it will guarantee enough damage on my next... Not this coming turn, but the turn after it. This Feather Duster, okay. Yes, I will pay the 500, just because I don't need anything else for that one there, this turn. Like I said, we're gonna set that Penguin Soldier, and that tells me that that is either a Harpy Lady, a Flip Effect monster, or... I think it's Skull Redbird. No, Skull Redbird is 1550. Either way, we'll just take this advantage here. Summon, flip, and Mai being very kind to us today. Okay, bounce that back to hand. We'll go into battle, and we'll have lethal damage on board with just the Mahavilo and the Seven Code Person. Oh, I gotta pause my music again. This is our next shopping trip, and it's the first time we're going to be taking advantage of the passwords. We get a lot more removal. As tempo, tempo, tempo. We want the advantages as fast as we can. First things first, we're gonna go down here, slightly faster to menu that way to the shop. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, beautiful! Oh, that's so good. 04178 04178 474 474. Like I said before, it's more of a you get a sense of like usually the pattern. It's because there's certain numbers like that one, and packs aren't as random. 94192 94192 409 409. I have it's ultimate, so 2. I got 3 packs, so 56120 56120 475 475. Having 3 offerings to the doomed. That means I can skip that one. 70754 77754 944 944. Wondering why I'm doing this slightly less optimal. It's because I don't want to screw up and accidentally mash the complete button. 96015 96015 963 963. Mainly because the game saves after you do this, and really? No, that just made my point. Okay. Well, that just made my point clear. Well, that one there. But it's all good. Again, we got our 3 offerings to the doomed. We want to go over here to traps, throw that in. Throw Geki Break in, throw that there, and that there. Before, now that we've got our stuff here, we want to finally edit the deck again. To take out Zabira. 53. Yes, yes, yes. Feed Sword can go out. Drive can come out finally. That can stay in. That can stay in. Spider-Man, Penguin Soldiers, yes, 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 we want that. We can finally take out Invigoration. We could go down to no Graceful Dice. We still want the Fissures, Trap Holes, yes. Reinforcements, Stem Pack can come out. We still want that there. We don't want that anymore. Meter Crust is good, 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 good. We can do the second reload. Yes, I will throw in the second reload. If I'm going to throw in the second reload, then I'm going to want to take out, say, Fairy Meter Crush. Okay? My bad for screwing up one thing and is doing the Cyberstein password. But at the same point, that extra copy of Offerings to the Doom does pay for that later on to help with possible mistakes. But you gotta roll with the punches. Roll with the punches. And in hindsight, I do try to be a lot more careful about that stuff. I would have gotten an Offerings to the Doom there if I had not gotten one from the quick play packs, but since I did get 3, I don't have to worry. And with 2 reloads, I get to save some money overall, and it's not going to affect me as much. So with lots of removal, Joey does have a copy of Mirror Force in his deck. So we're going to set this here. No, I don't want to reload just yet. I want to set the Trap Hole. I want to set the 7 tools. I want to set the Trap Hole. That'll cover multiple turns. We're going to reload our hand. Okay, Rust Rock Sleeve. We're going to set Rust Rock Sleeve out. We're going to pass turn. Now, we're going to respond to the first summon. Again, taking advantage of the way the game's AI handles things. I'm going to flip that up. I'm going to save everything else. Back row, back row. Okay, draw for turn. Impulse set. Flip summon here. Okay, Torrential. Yes, I'm going to want to 7 tools this to keep my monster up, even if it means having to deal with a Mirror Force. As it's better to have that set up, considering the thing we have. And this is the first time you'll get to actually see me take advantage of things like that. It's the first time I've actually had to pull up a trigger, a manual trigger. Okay, no Mirror Force, so don't have to worry about that one. It could be another 7 tools of the Bandit, but we have Trap Hole and Compulsory Evacuation Device. And the Compulsory Evacuation Device being set for the battle phase because I can take advantage of certain things. We don't want to do that there. We want to just start with the Rust Rock Sleeve because that is the simplest and the one that can't be negated right now. You want to start by using your removal in order of most narrow to most flexible. So that way you can seriously take advantage of things. Okay, so it's the already used Torrential Tribute. I don't have to worry about anything else. Nope, nope. And although I do have to mash through the text box there, it's not as big of a deal. And like I said, we just picked up a bunch of removal to make things a lot faster. 450, and with both Trap Hole and Compulsory Evacuation Device, we will be able to first and foremost use the Trap Hole. Then if it's still okay, no negation, then we win. We don't even need to equip that to Malevolent Nuzzler. Nope. Nope. I could, but it's slightly slower than just attacking twice. Sorry, need to grab a drink again. Again. The game being very caught. It is very rare for that type of luck. No, don't need to reload just yet. Nor do I need the second reload. The Compulse. Good offerings. Use. Okay, set offerings. Compulse that. Yeah, I'll throw out the Island Turtle to trigger some stuff. No. Yeah, now I'll use the reload. Shuffle back the 2 cards. I don't want to chain it. It'll respond to my own thing. Mahalo plus that. That time. Battle phase there. Compulse. Battle phase there. To hopefully get some responses in. You'll want to use Compulsory Evacuation Device first to. Oh, definitely use compulsory evacuation device. Since I have the ability to do that one there, it only costs returning the monster to hand, and doesn't count as having to lose a draw phase. Like offerings, it's good enough. 6 saves them from going into battle phase. Mahavilo. 7-colored fish there is going to summon his other monster anyway. We're not going to get a draw next turn to get rid of our... Get rid of Spear Dragon, but if Spear Dragon... I mean, it depends on the draw. Actually, timing's this here. Instead of battle phase, in this instance, I want declares a battle to decide what target. To decide the target. If he's summoning, if he's attacking Island Turtle, yeah, no, we can save it. We'll deal with it via Mahavilo unless we get it equipped for Mahavilo. It'll less damage, but good enough overall. Yeah, Mahavilo attacks there. It would have dealt a bit more damage, but with the extra creature, it's going to help us win faster. And now, I could redo that, but it's just not worth the quick change. Meaning, just smashing B through the text box is slightly faster than going in, changing the timing on the activation windows for the manual timing. Okay, Time Wizard. Yeah. This is when you would almost want to set it up on summon to gate that, but you do what you can do. Regeki, though, no. Again, this is the only week where Regeki is legal. Okay, no trap hole. Overall. Mash it here. Okay, no mirror force. Okay, that's all good for me. And even if he doesn't attack, which going out Time Wizard does seem to indicate he would. Okay, attack. We'll. No, we don't want to do that there. Could take a draw, but I already have the monster out that can kill him. And Magic Jammer will automatically still let us draw a card. We'll take some damage, but we can still summon a monster and clean up this. And we'll still draw. Okay, Goblin Attack Force. Mahavilo. Trapple. Good enough. Good enough. He has no cards in hand. We have 2 Goblin Attack Forces, which will save some more damage to him. He has some high tribute monsters in his deck, so if he draws one of those and can't summon, then that's good. Or Spear Dragon, that's good enough. We don't have Fairy Meter Crush in there, but Tribute to the Doom will heal it. Fissure does it. Trap Hole works too, as a follow-up. Gonna have to attack here. We won't have a creature, most likely. So, yeah. The last Goblin Attack Force will let us kill him on that one there. No monster. Okay, good. And we win. Just like that, we're going to get through Joey pretty quickly. Wait, was that game 1 or 2? I'll note if it does that with it. Yep, game 2. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta not really worry as much about the timetable. Yep. So now we're on to Yugimoto. Now. Okay, want to go here quickly. Copy this to 2. Yes. So we're set there. Go here. Remove the card again. Keep Monster Reborn in. Also, Change of Heart was not in the deck. That's worrying. Yeah, I don't remember. Well, it's good enough. We're good on that one there. Kaiba will be next. And finally, you get to see what happens if they go first. If they go first, they will almost always set a monster. There are some exceptions to it, but the game is programmed to usually do that. Okay, swords are very white. Or like that when he draws all back row. Okay, that's concerning. Throw that out. Trap hole. Trap hole. Oh, has only one monster in hand and you didn't summon it, so that's a tribute or a spell. Okay? So we're just gonna have to chew through a lot of back row. Look for 2 of his trap holes. I don't have another way around it. In a flip, someone would also still do that. Okay, still no monsters. Mahavilo. Luckily it's week 4, so no certain cards. By that, I mean there is no torrential tribute. Okay, face down. Have that there. Okay. So I'm going to Trunade right now. Magic Jammer, good for me. Discards that. One of his rituals. Okay. So I want to throw out Malevolent Muzzler first. Play around with possible second. Okay, not one. So we can go like this then. Okay. Fissures, like discard here. Go like that there. That there. Malevolent Muzzler again. Like I said, in this instance, it's all about picking the order. I don't want to have to use Tribute to the Doomed there. I should prefer to actually keep it on that one there. And actually, I want to see if that was Sinister Serpent quick. No, Penguin Soldier. Okay, good. Good, that tells me he's out of 3. Penguin Soldier, he's down 1. Hasn't really drawn stuff. Okay. No. Yep, they always summon an attack position, but in this instance, he won't attack. That's good for us. Okay, 7 Tools to the Bandit. We'll set 7 Tools to the Bandit. This is good for us. Like I said before, they will always use spell cards as soon as they can. And that's a positive for us, because sometimes you'll see things like that. Okay. Reload. We don't have anything to reload, and we really can't keep it at hand either. I'm going to go for it, because I haven't summoned. There's only like 1 monster I have to worry about. Well, Penguin Soldier does affect it, but... No. No. There's nothing in there. I do want to pay 500 for the first. I don't for the second. This is so I can set up some stuff to be able to get up some other stuff. 2050, we'll play around Gemini Elf on that one there. So yeah, not Gemini Elf. Okay, this is not Gemini Elf. I'll leave the Nuzzler in hand. Okay, Sangan. No, take your Sangan. What you getting, Yugi? What you getting? No, don't need to respond to it. Man-Eater Bug. Okay, that will be his play, so I will have to play around it, and I'll have to do that in a certain order. Armored Lizard. Okay. So Armored Lizard out. Okay, Mahavilo's gotta be the attack. And Man-Eater Bug will eat the Armored Lizard, basically. Again, ordering things. We want to save that, reload. That's why it's chaining on that one there and offering if I want to do that one, because it's also the other thing. The reinforcements, I should say. The Gemini Elf. Okay, that's great for us. Okay. During this one, where it can't be negated, we'll deal 150 as just sneaking our way over its attack strength. Its attack power. Okay, Sakuretsu armor. Yes, for the actual revival. It's 1,000. 750 direct, I believe. I said it just in case my math was incorrect. Considering I've narrowed down everything else for it. Let's see. Get out of Discord? Nope. Good. Do 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 do. A Valerie member. Such a great piece of music from Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's in fact one of my favorites. Okay, that there. Set it battle phase for now. Set that there. Since Regeki Break does destroy any card, you can set up some stuff to... No, in this instance it will just flip it up, so yeah. It will destroy any card at the cost of a discard, which is good. Present, I might want to get rid of the back row. I mean, that's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a toss-up, so let's activate this here. I'll get rid of Armored Lizard. I'll target the monster. Okay, good. So throw that to attack position. Set Pegwood Soldier. I'm setting the Pegwood Soldier so that way whatever it summons will be in attack position. Attacking the Island Turtle. So that the Penguin Soldier can return it if or not it's a true... Depending on what the summon is, 50-50 Mahavilo, he does have 1 or 2 equips. So plays around everything here. Okay, 450, but that's good for us. Double Penguin Soldier. You know what? I'm gonna flip summon this. I would consider returning it to my hand as well, but I'm going to play around some stuff. Since I know it's Mahavilo in hand, I'm gonna throw out Goblin Attack Force. Trap hole, okay. Did what I needed to do, got around the trap hole. We'll summon Mahavilo again, but we are prepared for it next time. This coming time. Okay, got Gemini Elf. Most likely top deck that, else would have, meaning drew it off the top of his deck, else he would have summoned that last time. Okay, Mahavilo. Penguin Soldier, yes. See what the next summon is, and go from there. Oh, next draw for me, and setting. So double bounce, 1900. Reinforcements will do. Reinforcements will rush recklessly. Will help us there. So we want that that gone, that gone. If it's a trap hole, then yeah, Monster Reborn, Goblin Attack Force. That's pain. Still usually go for the highest attack monster most times. Trap hole. Yeah, it's time to cut my losses here. I won game 1, so this is game 2. It's time to cut my losses and just go for the concession of about like 10 to 15 seconds versus trying to shoot for all this stuff. Visitor, Rust Recklessly, Island Turtle. Okay, that is a lot better. And also going first. Gearfree Day and Night. Set Rust Recklessly. Set Summon Darkfire Soldier out. Pass turn. This way, if it's Gemini Elf, we have the ability to immediately get through it. So we're doing like, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta deal with the swords. Trap hole, okay. Can't fissure. I want Gearfree the Iron Knight out. Now we're hoping to draw a Regeki Break or Tribute to the Doomed. Okay, Hane. Okay, so it's just gonna bounce one of those. Not bad. Sometimes our opponent will wait for those types of effects. Sometimes they won't. Oh, there's Tribute to the Doomed. So we're just gonna save that now. We're just now gonna save it and use that as a follow-up. Okay, defense. Okay, so showcasing not a lot of attack. Monsters, reinforcements here. Okay. We'll fissure instead of Tribute to the Doom. Dead responses, so that's known information about what it is not. Okay, now Magic Jammer could always be another thing, but since I know it's not a Magic Jammer, the Offerings to the Doomed. Okay. Activate Tribute to the Doomed. Discard that. There is no Mirror Force this week, so I set up good there. Sang in there. Okay. Reinforcements, Trap Hole, Rust Recklessly. Okay, I want to first play around the magic cylinder by using Sanguine, so that way I'm not blown out. Okay, not magic cylinder. That there, and the way he's played. I know I don't have to worry as much about things. Not enough to kill this turn, even with all the tricks I've got at my disposal. Actually, I'm going to gamble on it's a 7 Tools of the Bandit. Yep. Sometimes you just gotta gamble and get those correct. Sister Serpent, okay, gets that back. Okay. No, that is going to be a pain here. Going to take some damage, but of course the Sanguine, so that's Penguin Soldier. Up. Okay, yes. No, I don't want to use either of those. Okay, Karate Man's only 2k, 27. Oh wait, Dimensional Warrior, that'll do it. That'll do it. That'll do it. Forgot that I did get the Dimensional Warrior in the openers, as it's a card you normally would use a password for, but when you get it early enough, you really do take advantage of it. Take the 18, but that doesn't matter. The one thing we do want is to get rid of it, and that, of course, will end up letting us win. Of course, that will let us win. And now, just like that, on to the finals of the KC Cup. Got a very good opener, all that stuff like that. We'll use this as the deck. Now, I will say, if this does go well, I might continue onward and not stop that timer, but I will try to set up a good open piece for it. Because anything sub 130 is good to continue onward, and we got some time. Harpy's Brother, Island Turtle, Offerings to the Dune. Kaiba going first, so he's going to set. He has a lot of 1900 attack monsters. Okay, no back rows. That's great for us. So we're gonna use Offerings to the Dune. Okay, Harpy's Brother. Giffrey the Iron Knight will be the play. I don't want to use the equipment just yet. I'm going to set it up like this because he also does have Cyberstein. And to be able to pay 5,000 life points to get out a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. So we want to set that up. I'm going to equip that the next turn. Okay, no Cyberstein Heavy Storm. So, no, we don't want that there. Let's have Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Force Raider. Okay, 19. Good for us. Good for us. Setting, that means it's a flip effect. If my thoughts are correct. As if it was another monster, he would have summoned it out. Okay, so Nuzzler. I will reload the hand. Fissure, Muzzle, Island Turtle. So Fissure here. Okay, I'll set that. Hopefully play around his next summon. Okay. Okay, so those are flip effects. That straight up tells me those are flip effects, so we're gonna keep it like this. Bounces summons. Okay, so Cybertech Alligator. Big Bang Shot, we will take some damage, no flip effects. Like I said, we're gonna take a little pinch of damage, but... And by little, I mean, like, in the grand scheme of things, little. But we want to return that to hand. We'll lose the Big Bang Shot, and I'll have to now tribute another monster to get that out again. Okay, Offerings to the Doomed. We want to set Offerings. Flip Summon Island Turtle now. Level it Nuzzler, yes. Play it there, 18. Plus 7, 25. we'll set up offerings to the Doom for the follow-up. Yes. Timing, battle phase here. So that way we have it set up for just in case. Gotta plan ahead. Multiple turns. Got 7-colored fish here. No. I will not attack. That is a flip effect, which I expect it is. He will see the 1800. Attempt to destroy it by tribute summoning. And I'm going to even show you what that monster was and why I played around that beautifully. That, my friends, was... Wow, actually a Goblin Attack Force? He chopped that one. Then, I know he has a flip effect in hand because he would have summoned that in an attack position immediately if he had had it at the time. So I know his next draw will be a flip effect, the next summon. I keep forgetting, I've got an 1800 attack monster out on the field. So 19, yeah, any monster will do it. Monster removal, take my pick on that one there. Goblin Attack Force does it. So we're going to just attack and attack the game. This feels so right, never felt this, I'll keep on running. Colors start so bright, the colors here so bright. Now reloads and that there. Stars tonight. Okay. Tonight. 700 going first again. So he's going to set up, living day by day. Tribute, trap hole, offerings. Okay. He's going to set, so card destruction. Ouch. That gives some removal. Nuzzle reinforcements, trap hole, that there. Okay. Back. Okay. I want Armored Lizard as the first play. Trap. Okay, torrential tribute. Okay, we're gonna set this here. At least we played around this torrential tribute, and we have a trap hole to contend with stuff. I could have some of the Karate Man, but I wanted to essentially kill his one monster and hopefully draw some extra stuff with it. Back row there. Okay. Penguin Soldier. Nuzzler. So Karate Man here. It's 15. Malevolent Nuzzler here. Let's put it to 17. Don't have to worry about the hand right now. Attack here. We'll have plus the reinforcements. We'll give up to 22. So we'll play around everything but Goblin Attack Force. Okay. Setting that. I'm going to save the Reborn, set Penguin Soldier, and now play the second Malevolent Nuzzler. This way, even a Tribute Cybertech Alligator doesn't do it. Okay, now then, let's Monster Reborn. It in my side, colors feel so right. So we could. Oh, he discarded Blue Eyes? Oh, we're taking that. We are taking that. Thank you, Kaiba. We're gonna flip summon. Now, instead of... Okay. It's 24. Yes, I'm gonna hit that for now. Let's see, 24, 54, 55, 67, 58, 59, 60, 61. Yeah, it's Karate Man. Yes, because I hit B on that one there. So we want to go like that there. We don't want to do the second. We don't want to battle phase just yet. We're going to activate this, and we're going to win. We're going to win right now. Thank you for throwing away a Blue Eyes, Kaiba. Thank you for throwing away a Blue Eyes. We're going to attack you for lethal with your own big burst stream of destruction! Sorry, y'all. Should have given you a valid warning. Not bad. This is where I would call it, sub 130. I'm gonna continue onward, but I'm gonna probably keep a little bit of an extra timer piece for it just to make it a bit easier.